Hey everybody, Jason back again today with another unboxing video. Today we're actually going to be unboxing an Xbox One. Now, as you know, Xbox One has actually been around for quite a little while, since like November 2013 or so. And, I mean, plenty of people have opened one, so, I mean, this is really nothing new. But I have an ulterior motive to this particular video. We're actually going to finish off with a look at something a little bit different, which if you've seen the title card, you probably already know what I'm talking about. But first off, let's just crack this open. So, the other day, I was sort of forced to buy another Xbox One because my current system decided to break. It's not the first time that my current system broke. It broke the same way, so it's not that it was like completely unexpected. My original system that I got at launch was one of the day one Xbox ones, and it was like the 500 gigabyte day one edition with Kinect included. It was $500, and very excited. I think I spent like $800 that day on like games, controllers, and the system itself just to get set up. But the disk drive went bad, and so I decided that I would try to repair it. And in repairing it, something came up, and sadly, like, the disk repair is the issue that went bad again. So the bundle that I have here is I think it's the summer bundle, and so basically, it's not a new one. I mean, the system looks like they rebranded it a little bit. The box that was on the outside of it, or like the slipcover, it advertises the fact that it comes with Gears of War, Rare Replay, and Ori and the Blind Forest, and then as a special offer, it also comes with Halo 5 as well. But this is the box that shows that it comes with Halo 5, Forza, and Tomb Raider, either that, or it's just talking about how those are games you can get for it. So let's crack this open. Also, another big difference is this system is a little bit of an upgrade from my last one, as it is the 1 terabyte rather than the 500 gigabyte that I had before. Let's see if I can do this without knocking everything over. So that amount of memory is definitely an added bonus. Also, it's a newer system, which means newer internals, and overall, I'm actually the most happy about that. Because even if I was to fix my disk drive again, which I very well could, the same issue could happen. And the fix that I did, it only lasted for, I want to say, 4 months or so before it started showing exactly the same symptoms, if not worse ones. So having a new system altogether is just a little bit nicer. Because, I mean, as you know, I mean, with like the original Xbox 360 even, those things were prone to overheating and getting the red ring of death. And so therefore, I mean, as soon as I started releasing things like the Elite model or even the Slim, I mean, that started to go away because as, you know, technology's been around a lot longer, it gets updated just as a matter of fact. And so, like, this one was produced, let's see, like, it was the 10th of November last year, which is definitely a good sign because my previous unit was built the 24th of September in 2013, so pretty close to launch. So at least that is a little bit of a, hopefully, a bright part of the future, showing that it's not as prone to breaking in the same way. Alright, so I mean, Xbox One, pretty stock standard. Nice big unit, pretty simple front. I really like the glossy look. I like the sort of recessed or inlaid Xbox logo, USB port on the front, as well as the connection switch for your controllers. You got your HDMI ports in, out to the TV, USB ports, Connect adapter, IR, and then network link and power cable on the side, and then just vents on the opposite side. So let's move that out of the way. All right, as far as what else was inside the box, headset. Halo 5, Ori and the Blind Forest, download code. I actually really wanted to play that game. It looked really cool, and I like art style like that. And it reminds me of another game that came out. Oh God, now I can't remember because I can't actually look at it. It was Ubisoft. It had that UbiArt platform. It was about a princess. I'll have to see if I can remember the name another time and just like add it in. And then of course Gears of War, and then the Rare Replay, which Rare Replay is definitely like good value. I mean, it's 30 games. It's all based on Rare's history. Granted, I think that people only play about like 14 of them because they're the old ones. I mean, as when it comes to like even playing like old Nintendo games, it gets really hard to play them. Let's not show the code there. That's, yeah, 14 days of Xbox Live. Maybe I'll give that one away on Twitter. And then I've got my instruction manuals and warranty information. And of course, a battery pack and controller. AA is not like the rechargeable. I have one of those that I'll start using in the system. And really, I mean, I don't need to unbox these because I already have everything set up to my TV from my previous console, but got HDMI cable, one half of the power cable, and then the other half of the power cable. Really, the only thing that I want out of this entire set is the controller and the games and the console. Everything else is just going to go away. Alright, so let me just put this off to the side. Actually, I'll leave that here. The game, the system. Alright, so let's talk about something else. So, let me re-angle this real quick. When my system broke, I was basically told that I could open up the system and fix it myself. I was very hesitant to do this as, you know, like my experience with doing things like that is very minimal. But, you know, after doing some research and a little bit of, I might say, peer pressure, I basically opened up the system, found that I could actually repair it, and found that I could do it for about $100 to $130, which is significantly cheaper than the original retail price of the system, and even like the current retail price at that time was about $350 or $400, give or take, for the 1 terabyte. So I don't know. It was definitely worthwhile at the time. But anyway, so what I ended up with was this. So as you can probably tell, it is not a standard Xbox One by any means. This is a custom box mod that I did to it myself. Basically, I'd never done a box mod before, and I thought that if I was already having to open up the system and fix things on the inside, what if I just chose to modify the actual outside? I did nothing to the internals other than like replacing where something was actually set, and I think that was just because when the case was in its original condition, it was screwed into a certain place or clipped in, but now that it's not, I had to sort of reposition it. The system's actually very easy to open. Basically, it all starts on this side of the system with prying off this particular plate with either a screwdriver or like a pry bar, or even by hand as it would appear. But I'm not going to do that right now. I'd rather not get into that. But anyway, let's talk about this for a second. So I'm a big fan of Nintendo. Yoshi's one of my very favorite characters. If I hadn't mentioned it already, Super Mario World 2, Yoshi's Island, is actually my favorite game. Very first tattoo was Yoshi, so I decided maybe I'll turn it into a themed system for Yoshi. And I'll add some pictures into this video showing the process for making it, because I actually do have images of like the breakdown and basically the steps that I took to get it to this point. And I'll fit those in every now and then so that you can actually sort of see like the process that I went through to get here. Basically, the first thing that I did when I opened up the system is I was like, I could do one of those windows that most people do with plexiglass plate to like show some of the internals. And so let's show that right now. Now let me re-angle my camera. Okay, so obviously the disc tray is exposed. I actually removed the top plate of that as well so I could see the disc go in and spinning. The part that I repositioned is actually this right here. That's your Wi-Fi receiver, I believe, and it was clipped in right around here. And then it just so happens that one of the actual mounting bracket screw points here worked really well for that, and so I was able to actually screw it in. And I liked it just for the fact that I could actually see the disc going in, because that was like the area that I had the most trouble with, so why not be able to see it actually work as it was happening. And so the basic theme that I went for with this was solid green on the matte parts, or like the solid parts, and then when it comes to like any of the venting, I chose to do it a little bit modeled like a Yoshi egg texture, which I think actually turned out pretty good. I made a stencil and I spray painted over it. I mean, you can see like a little bit of the runoff, and I think that just happened because I couldn't like tape inside of all these grooves quite effectively, but I actually kind of liked that sort of graffiti style. And then on this side also, I managed to do the modeled form. On the back here, it was too small to really feel like I should do anything with it, so I was quite happy to leave it alone as just like a white grill. I didn't touch any of the ports or anything like that. And as you can see here, it's like some of the areas where I was painting, there are some like color gradation differences, and I tried to like coat it as well as I could with a clear gloss to help protect it. On the bottom of the system, it just remained plain green, and actually in the camera I can see like definitely lots of differences in the actual color, but overall like it turned out pretty solid. I probably should have given it another coat of paint like as a base to actually get it a little bit more solid, but this was my first time doing anything like this, and I basically did it with a hacksaw, a file, and some sandpaper, and I used cardboard and blue masking tape as my stencils, and that was it. I did it like super on the cheap. This is probably like one of my least favorite areas that I missed. It's basically I don't know if I scraped it off or if I taped it weird or anything like that, but it basically just shows like it's not like completely level with the actual faceplate. And I wasn't able to gauge the location of this, but I didn't want to interrupt it, and I didn't know that if I would paint over it, if it would interrupt the actual flow of signal, so I left that one as alone as I could, and then I managed to spray paint on a Yoshi logo, which this is actually my favorite part of this whole thing, is just this nice Yoshi emblem, because that's I figured I would just label it. One of the other things that I'll show is I had a lot of issue getting the corner Xbox logo to actually be okay. Like it was hard time taping it over, and as I was like trying to peel off the tape, as you can see, I actually peeled off part of the silver for the Xbox logo. So I tried to do it as best as I can, but left everything else alone. But yeah. So that's my custom box mod, Yoshi themed, and I'm pretty happy with it. I'm sad that it will no longer have a place of honor on my entertainment center. I've definitely liked looking at it, and it's one of those things that people see and they wonder, what is that? And so I tell them, and it was actually a pretty fun story. So I'm curious. I mean, have you ever done any box mods like this? I mean, I know that there are better box mods. I mean, hell, you can even see that, like, because I used a hacksaw, like the line here is not as nearly as clean as it should be. But yeah, I mean, have you modified a system? Like, what have you done with it? I mean, if you have links to pictures, you can even post them on my Twitter and Instagram. I'd love to take a look at some like really cool box mods. Like a plan for this in the future is if I do actually end up replacing the disk drive again, which please take note that if you replace the disk drive on an Xbox One, there is a circuit board embedded inside the disk drive that has to be replaced. So you basically will have to take the circuit board from this drive and unsolder it, and then solder it into the in place of where the circuit board goes in your new drive. The reason why is because that circuit board in the chipset is linked by the serial number inside the system. This was actually the hardest to research part of this entire thing, like finding the part, finding out how to open it, opening it. Super easy. I mean, I had all that done within 15 minutes. Like, you can quite literally open the system and have it down to bare bones in about 15 minutes or so. And but no, learning about what to do about the circuit board inside the disk drive was actually the hardest thing to find. I had to like double check and triple check and go to like different locations to actually see that that was the case. But anyway, I digress. That's a pretty big side note, and I'm not about to do a tutorial on this, as I am nowhere near an expert when it comes to things like this. I'm just speaking from a little bit of experience. But yeah, let me know. Show me your box mods on Twitter or Instagram. I mean, have you done anything like this before? And again, as always, if you like stuff like this, let me know. Comment down below and subscribe. We'll talk to you guys later. Bye. Business Pikachu recommends that if you like this video, you click the like button, and if you want to see more updates on when new videos come out, click the subscribe button. Let me know down below what you think of the video too. Otherwise, I think Pikachu might have some ideas about what his quote-unquote dragon cohorts might do to you. You have and always will be my friend.